What's up everybody, I'm Paul and welcome to my channel. So is Instagram a good marketing tool for your business? Well, currently, not really in my opinion. You know what, this would be a really bad video if I just left it there, wouldn't it? But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to list the 3 main reasons why I don't think Instagram is a particularly good marketing option for businesses at the moment. Now, the reason why I decided to talk about this was because I was watching Chris Howe's video earlier this week, and he was giving his thoughts and opinions on the new changes that Instagram are going to be rolling out. And then due to the way the YouTube algorithm works, other creators' videos started popping up and I started watching those as well. And basically, it turns out that we all have the same kind of conclusion about what's going on with Instagram. But rather than just letting the thoughts disappear into my head, I thought, you know what, I'm actually a YouTuber as well, so I'll put my thoughts down on camera as well. So the first reason why I think Instagram isn't a particularly good option for businesses is because of the fact that they are limiting the reach of organic posts. Now, this is something Facebook has been doing for many years, and I'm sure everybody knows that Instagram is owned by Facebook. Now, I couldn't get any exact kind of figures on Instagram's reach, but I could get some on Facebook, and according to Hootsuite, the organic reach of a Facebook post is now down to around 5.2% with an engagement rate of around about 0.25, which is pretty abysmal, to be honest, and Instagram is definitely moving in the same kind of direction. And I've experienced this firsthand with my own Instagram account, not related to this channel but to my jewelry business, because I've had this account for a while. I started in around about 2012 when I set my e-commerce business up, and what I found back then was a post would usually get around about 40 to 60 likes, even with a very small following. But my following has grown a lot over the years. It's still not massive, but it's a lot bigger than it used to be, and I'm also getting a lot better at photography, in my opinion, because it's something that I'm quite interested in. And what I found is, even if I put lots of research into that post, so I research hashtags, I'm still only getting around about 10 to 15 likes on that post, and also the general impressions is really down compared to what it used to be. And this just really doesn't work for businesses, because they want to know that if they put work into the post, so they're putting the work into research and the hashtags, they're producing really good content, they want to know that the platforms that they're working with are going to push that content out. Whereas Instagram isn't doing that, it's just limiting the reach of organic posts, and this is especially being noticed on the photo side of things, because Instagram has put more focus over the past few years on things like shorts and now onto Instagram Reels. And the second reason very much follows on from reason number 1, and that is that if you actually want your post to reach the audience that you know is there on Instagram, because Instagram has over 1 billion users, so your audience is obviously on the platform, you're gonna have to pay to do so, because they've basically put this kind of paywall in between you and your audience. And I really don't like this, because if you've put in lots of work in crafting a really good post, you've put in work on hashtags and things like that, and they've just limited it and said, basically, if you want to actually get any benefit from this post, you're gonna have to pay for it. I don't think that is a really good business model, especially when you compare it to other platforms and their competition in the terms of TikTok and YouTube, which operate completely differently. Because you put content out on YouTube, you put content out on TikTok, they've actually got algorithms that want to promote your content. And there's going to be a good proportion of people who are watching this video that are only watching it because YouTube's algorithm has put my video in front of you guys. And this is something that isn't happening on Instagram. If you want to reach the audience, you're gonna have to pay for it. And this doesn't really make sense to me, especially as platforms like Facebook and Instagram want to keep people on the platform for as long as possible. So wouldn't it make sense to promote as much content to these people as possible, rather than making creators pay to promote their content? For me, these two ideals just don't really match up. They kind of butt heads in that way. They want people to stay on the platform, but they're not really promoting people's content to encourage people to stay on the platform the way that YouTube and TikTok are. So this just doesn't make sense to me. And another thing on this point is, which makes Instagram's business model completely different to the likes of TikTok and YouTube, is, as I say, with Instagram, you've got to pay to get your content in front of the audience, whereas these other platforms promote it for you. And also, there's a chance you can make money partnering with these platforms. If you get monetized on YouTube, you can put ads on your videos so you make money. You can do a similar thing with TikTok, whereas you can't do that with Instagram. Instagram, there's no way of actually making money directly from the platform. There is something to do with IGTV, but who really uses IGTV? and it just doesn't really work. There's no way of actually getting any money back from the platform for the work that you put in. And this is what's causing a lot of influencers to start leaving Instagram and going to these other platforms, because basically they want to generate as much income as possible. And if you can make income from the platform you're actually promoting your content on, it's another revenue stream rather than having to pay to promote it on something like Instagram. And this is where the business model for Instagram just doesn't really make sense to me. They seem to have very contradictory ideals as to what's going on. And the third reason is Instagram has taken its focus away from what brought them to the dance. And the head of Instagram actually said this in his recent reel.
And I want to start by saying we're no longer a photo sharing app or a Square photo sharing app.
And this is just mad to me, because you ask the majority of people, where's the best place to share a photo online? And most people will probably say Instagram, because they know it's an app where you go and share photos. But they're moving their focus away from it. They're going to other things. And he actually listed 4 main things that Instagram is focusing on. And as you can see, none of them are photos. Instead, they're focused on creators, which is going to be interesting. They're focused on video, they're focused on shopping, and they're focused on messaging. No focus on the photos, which is what brought them to the dance. And this is where I think Instagram could almost get lost in the shuffle if they're not careful. And when you compare Instagram to something like YouTube, you can see just how much Instagram is starting to lose their focus. Because with YouTube, their core focus is long form video content, like the video you're watching right now, and probably like lots of other videos you watch on this platform. And yes, they have added lots of features over the years, including live streaming to compete with Twitch and YouTube Shorts to compete with TikTok, but they still know that their core audience comes to YouTube to watch long form video content. And this is where Instagram is really starting to lose its way, because its core focus should still really be on photos, because it's what a lot of people go to Instagram to look at. And yes, adding things like stories and reels can enhance the experience, but their core focus should still be on photos, because it's what most people know Instagram for. And the thing is, we kind of get ideas in our head as to what certain platforms are for. So if you want to keep up to date with your friends and family, you go to Facebook. If you want to go and see pictures, you go to Instagram. If you want to go and watch a video, you go to YouTube. If you want to go and watch a short video, you go to TikTok. There's just lots of things that you kind of pigeonhole these apps to do. And the fact that Instagram is kind of moving away from what brought it to the dance, I think they could get lost in an almost no man's land, because they're trying to go head to head with TikTok, but they're forgetting, as say, what brought them to the dance. And if somebody comes in and creates an app that's as good, or if not better, than Instagram when it comes to photo sharing, Instagram could be lost in the middle against 2 companies that are specialists in what they do, and they could just kind of get lost in the shuffle and be kind of a nothing platform. So I think their focus should still be on photos, and just add these additional features as kind of bonus things around what the core Instagram is built on. That's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think Instagram is losing their way? Should they remain focused on photos and just add the other kind of video elements as additional features rather than the main focus of their platform? Let me know in the comments below. So those are the 3 reasons why I don't think Instagram is a particularly great marketing tool for businesses at the moment, which for me personally is a real shame, because I do actually like the Instagram platform. It's one of the apps I go on the most, but from a business perspective, it just doesn't seem to make that much sense. And it's a real shame, because as a photo sharing platform, it is arguably the best one out there. It's just the business practices and policies that they're implementing behind the scene just aren't very beneficial to businesses and creators who use the platform, especially when you can go to other platforms like TikTok and get much more organic reach for much less work. So that's why I don't think Instagram is a particularly great tool at the moment, which, as I say, is a real shame, because actually as a user interface, it's brilliant. They just seem to be losing their way at the moment. So thank you so much for watching, guys. As I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Instagram at the moment, so let me know in the comments below. But also, if you found this video helpful or you've enjoyed it in any way, shape or form, please drop a like on the video, because it just helps me out with the almighty YouTube algorithm. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do by buying me a coffee using the link in the description below, and that is very, very much appreciated. So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.